Where do we begin?
I don't know.
We got a lot going on.
We've been married 8 years.
We have two children.
Yeah, we have 2 kids.
But right now, we're at a state where we haven't been intimate for a while. I think it's almost a year now.
Yeah.
So I just looked at it as, we have 3 options. One is that we just split up, and that's a worst-case scenario. Open marriage would be the second route. She doesn't want that. So then the third case would be that we, reconnect, and that's what we're hoping for.
Reconnect physically.
Physically, everything.
Yeah, kind of like rebuild everything, find our way back to each other in a sense.
Like when we first met, I didn't think it was gonna get to this point.
What do you mean?
I didn't think that I was gonna marry you.
She just thought she was gonna go around
I thought I was just
gallivanting.
gonna be a hoe. That's literally, I thought I was just gonna go out there and just party. And then I ended up meeting her, and I was like, oh, she's great. And she's like, she fits like the ideal type of, this is what a good wife would look like. And then we both finished nursing school, and it got more serious. The next step was to get married, so we got married. The next step after that came the children. And then I hit 40, and I just reflected back, and I was like, oh, shit, this is where I'm at. Like, I want to see what else is out there. But she sees a marriage or a healthy marriage as being just monogamous. I think a healthy marriage can be both. But she doesn't feel that way.
I just feel like to be intimate with someone, it takes a lot. So for her just to be like, oh, I can be with you, I can be with you, I can be with you, it's like, where's the intimacy? Where's the real connection? Like, you're just gonna go and basically spread your legs anywhere you can, and that's okay,
You're hurt by that.
That's why I always say maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the issue. Because if you look at our marriage externally, it's great. Like, everybody sees her like she's an angel. Like, she's so motherly. She just engulfs everything and kind of just is able to take care of everyone.
But something about it is affecting
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
desire.
Yeah. I'm at the point where it's like, I'm not attracted to you right now.
That's a difficult thing to say, but there's probably more to say than just that.
Like, I'm just not attracted to her?
I don't know if there's such a thing as just not attracted. There's something to say here.
I don't know.
When I was in high school, I had a relationship with a girl. I had never been in love. I had not had really any romantic relationships. And I would say that this was my first one. It was just like the whole world was open, and it was just a magical experience. 2 years ago, 1 year ago,
Year and a half at this point.
I discovered that she was living very close to us in New York City. So we went out to dinner. We had not seen or spoken to each other since
high school.
Yes. It's kind of like she came into my life again when I was also having like a midlife crisis. I remember like a year ago, I started to feel like, who am I? Like, what am I more than just a mother, a wife? Like, is this my life? Is this all there is? Like, just those kinds of questions. And being around her was like just like being 17 again. Exactly. So it turned back into a physical thing.
What about it made you feel 17 again?
I felt so alive around her last year, feeling so like young again and free.
And before she emerged, Molly was saying to me that she was feeling very trapped, very confined by the parameters of our marriage.
what was going on, both for you, Molly, and between the two of you?
A yoga student that I had had an emotional relationship with. He had come to New York and I had seen him and nothing was going on, but what it did was it recreated this thing where Josh started to feel very untrusting and asking me all the time and
Asking things like,
are you talking to him? Do you know? And that was starting to make me feel like crazy. And I was just desperate to like get out somewhere else and laugh. And then here comes this woman that made me feel alive.
what was going on for you at the time when you were preoccupied with that worry?
So the woman was like a flash in the pan. It was very like kind of quick thing that happened. 2 or 3 months it lasted. This other sort of long-term emotional connection that she had to this former student of hers, it lasted kind of a long time. And I kept saying, please don't even talk to him. And you refused. You refused to do that.
Hold on. Molly, I'm going to ask you not to.
You did.
Because I need to
it
be able to
kept
understand.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, please don't. Okay, I won't. And then 3 months later, this person would come back up again. That's a year ago. I have to trust her. But I don't know. I just felt like where she was feeling so confined, so, like, trapped. I just was so worried that if I made some kind of ultimatum or I held on too tightly, that she would leave. She would leave. So I thought, I'm gonna ride this out. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be present. I'm gonna try and be as present as I can. I don't know. I just wanted to hold on.
But in the meantime, it just created more anger. I do think that a lot of this would be different if he had been able to express himself, whether it's happy or sad or angry or insecure. I just want him to talk to me.
So India was at home for a year and a half. And she had a lot of time to spend with our daughter, Demi. And now that she's back at work, things have changed a little bit. She's gone every evening. So now I have basically between 11 and 5 to try and get everything that I need to do. So we talked about maybe her stepping up a little bit in the morning. So this way,
Actually, we didn't.
yeah.
You went on and was saying, well, you don't get up in the morning and
Yeah, 'cause
she's
you-
always late and I get home at midnight. So yeah, naturally I am tired and I don't want to get up early because I prepare her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, I have fed her from my body
I'm not
for
debating.
months,
I'm
you
not.
know?
I'm not debating whether or not you do a good job.
Yes, you are saying that, and this is your energy across the board to criticize me. He gives himself so much credit because he was working during the pandemic, yet he didn't give any credit to the fact that I was pregnant, I had a baby, I was adjusting to motherhood, and I still tapped into my resources to help us stay afloat financially.
But you're saying in the way Dale narrates things, he doesn't acknowledge that. That's
Yeah,
what's
when he gets
bothersome to you.
upset, he's like, oh, well, I'm the one here getting up in the morning, getting Demi together for school and feeding her breakfast. Or I'm the
As
one...
opposed to try to give an alternative narration that wouldn't be excluding.
As opposed to not saying, I did, I'm doing the most.
But let's say Dale wants to congratulate himself, the two of you.
The two of us would be
So
nice.
how would it sound?
Well, we really survived this pandemic together. Like, I can't believe we made it, but we did, and I'm so grateful.
But I say these things to you, babe.
Maybe not enough.
Okay, maybe not enough.
I
but
mean, this might be a moment to just be aware
Okay.
of a different way of speaking that will address a certain upset
Yeah, because all I hear him say is, I'm gone, I've left him all alone to parent our child. That's what I internalize.
Why?
You're gone 6 days out of the week, which is an
So you
excessive
heard
amount
that
of working.
as
a
some
dig.
kind of critique.
Yeah, that was negative.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it to take a dig. I'm just saying it
So
to
hold on a second. How are you feeling about being gone?
Annoyed. I'm feeling like he thinks I'm abandoning my role as a mom when I'm sitting
I'm
here
not
trying
asking
to.
you how are you feeling between the two of you. How are you feeling about being gone?
I feel bad about me gone.
Tell me.
I knew before I even got pregnant that when kids are inserted into the equation, this schedule was going to be a problem. Like, I am in a place where I'm really contemplating giving this up. So I feel a little torn because I love what I do. But the schedule is grueling and it's just not natural for a family person. And that is starting to weigh heavily on me, absolutely. And every time I hear him say, you're gone 6 days a week, it's just a grind and a grind and a grind. It almost puts this unnecessary pressure on me to make a decision. You gonna work or you gonna
I do
be
think
home?
in this case, sounds to me like what's happening is what you're hearing in Dale's voice is really your own inner conflict. I don't really hear it coming from Dale.
I don't. I'm very hard on myself.
You are.
I'm very hard on myself.
You are.
Thank you for the book recommendations.
Yeah.
I got one of them,
Which one?
High Conflict Couple. It's a very short read, but there's a lot of stuff to do in there.
Are you both reading?
I asked him to read, and
She read me an excerpt. I'll read it when you're done.
well, the goal is to read it together. But anyway, it kind of made me look at a lot of the shit that I was bringing to the table.
But what in particular?
I'm still stuck in that emotion of you hurt me, so now I'm angry and I'm stuck in anger because I want to make you feel
Anger and retaliation.
and anger retaliation,
Yeah.
and that's where that's coming from. But at the same time, what I've been doing is not helping him understand where I'm coming from. It's hard because there's a lot of moments where I look at him and I feel bad because I'm like, oh wow, you've been mean to him, or you've said bad things, or you've been just a total asshole, right? But how do you undo it? Because a lot of it is knee-jerk, obviously, because that's been my narrative for so long. I think ever since I was a kid. So what do you do with that? And one of the
You do a very, very intense override. It's hard work.
it's a lot of shit to unpack. But I get it. I get it.
Yeah. I'm moved by what you're saying. Moved with you. It's wonderful. How are you? Well, sitting and listening and
Not to seem impatient, but I haven't really seen the results of that. Like, I haven't seen much improvement in our interactions with each other. Like, our daily interactions are minimum, barely there. And I have a hard time trusting that there's going to be noticeable changes in our relationship. And I almost feel like, she's working on herself to, improve herself and her ability to have a relationship with the next person, not me.
what thoughts about that?
I'm trying to undo some of this crap. I'm trying to be better. And I mean, it makes me sad because I thought he would be on that same journey with me towards recognizing our own folly and bullshit and saying, you know what? I'm contributing to what's at play here. But, to what he was telling you earlier, is like, well, I feel like, she's getting better for the next relationship. And quite honestly, If he continues with stonewalling me and withdrawing, then yeah, that's where I'm headed.
The one thing that I have asked for in our marriage that I have said will make me happy is to talk with me about what he wants or what he thinks so that we can do things together. I just want him to include me in his questions. I don't need him to make a decision. I just want to be included.
But what you're asking for happens to be both difficult for Josh,
But then
also
he shouldn't have stayed in this marriage in the first place because I've been asking for it from the beginning.
Right, but the solution to that in your mind is for Josh
I don't know what the solution is. I'm
trying to talk to you.
Okay.
So you have a very clear, intense idea about what you need, which is to say, you want there not to be kind of a side stream where Josh lives separately, maybe in a somewhat vague state, while trying to make you happy. But the solution is not simply getting what you need.
Mm-hmm.
The solution has partially to do with you understanding how the intensity of your ask is affecting the field between the two of you.
But when will it become a conversation of, okay, well, but you have to look at the way that Molly engages in conversation or what she needs? I just feel like...
Meaning that you're being asked to adjust to Josh's rhythm.
Yes.
But you don't feel like Josh is getting any kind of pressure to adjust to yours.
Yes. I do not know if Josh feels this feeling that he needs to make changes. And the unfortunate thing is, the way that I have chosen to scream and yell at him that he needs to do some fucking work himself has been by having my own relations with other people. It's like my way of screaming at the top of my lungs.
But the fact that you think that I haven't done anything, and that I haven't done any work or grown at all. First of all,
but I have asked repeatedly the same thing. And and every single time we get to sit on a couch and I need to understand who you are and how you're sensitive and this and that.
That's not true.
But
And it's not a fair statement.
Can I interrupt? Because what I feel like I'm doing with the two of you right now is actually putting pressure on Josh to articulate yourself much more clearly and to understand how you're thriving by relying on Molly's intensity.
I guarantee you he does not see it that way. And until you just said that, he did not realize that you were putting pressure on him to think that. I guarantee you. He is thinking, okay, she understands me. She really sees my authentic self. And my authentic self is who I am. And to change that would be unauthentic. It's not, she's not asking me to look at that and change it. She's really understanding it. And now I get to say, see, this is who I am. It's hard for me to make choices or blah, 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 blah. And I'm not supposed to not be my authentic self. Guarantee it.
Would you like to respond to that? Is that what's going on?
No. It seemed very clear to me at the beginning that as you were pressuring, asking Molly not to talk and continuing to ask me to go to try and figure out what was going on. Granted, this is something that happened 8 years ago, and since then, we've made a lot of tough choices together as a couple, together. We've made choices.
Josh, I was in a relationship for 5 years with someone else. And a year and a half ago, I was in a relationship with an ex-girlfriend. I am still screaming.
Yeah, but fuck that. Fuck that to say that, like, I mean, the way you're just saying it is like, if I had done something, you wouldn't have done those things.
That's not what I'm saying.
And that somehow if I had just gotten it right,
no,
you wouldn't have done those things. That's exactly what it sounds like.
It's not about getting it right. There's not a
I'm
right.
screaming at you to do what I'm asking you to do. Do it the way I want you to do
What
it.
am I
I've been
asking
screaming.
you to? What am I asking you to do?
Really? Is
I'm
this
asking-
really an interrogation? Is that how
I'm
we're
not-
going to do
no,
it?
Josh,
where
I'm
you're
not-
saying, where
Josh,
you're
I'm
leading
not
me down the path to
I'm
get
not
me to the
I'm not
answer that you're hoping
no,
for?
I'm not interrogating you. I'm
It
trying to
feels
see
like
if you
it. It
hear.
feels like it.
I'm trying to see if you can repeat what I have been asking for years.
I could have been more present. I could have talked to you more about all the things that I was feeling, about the questions I was having.
So
about
why isn't that happening now?
It is happening now. It hasn't happened for the past week, but we've been talking so much more deeply about everything for, it is happening. What do you mean it's not happening?
I'm like so bothered right now that you're sitting there like that with this attitude that like I am being ridiculous and interrogating you when all I am saying to you is I don't think that you have been doing the work that you say you have.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop because we've run out of time. And hopefully we can pick up from here.
You can ask us, how are we, right?
How are you?
We finally had sex. It's like, go do
That
it
was
now.
a prescription.
Yeah, that literally.
Like you need to go like when you leave here, you need to just go home and pack your bags. So I think I did the hardest thing I could ever have done. I felt like I sold my soul to the devil.
Okay.
I called my mother and I asked her to come
Wow.
stay at our house with her mom.
Yeah, that's
So
a big
that we can
That's-
do this,
that's
like we can go away.
Very interesting.
That I called her.
That the whole session started with your mom's. I mean, I don't know yet what to make of it, but it's interesting.
That's like a big step for me.
Yes.
To
Very big.
because I was just like, crap.
So we went away. It was like beautiful mountain views, and it just felt so calming for me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh.
She was like,
Let's
honey,
see
and I
if
was like,
she'll
oh,
wake
okay.
up. You got into it real quick.
But you know, this is what I was hoping for, right? That
Yeah.
you would allow yourselves to like get over this kind of phobic block and first just connect.
Yeah.
We were enjoying ourselves, but we were probably like in our heads, you know, because subconsciously that was like in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, is this gonna be good enough for her? Like I tried to stay like in the moment, and I did.
But you were.
I did. I was in the moment. I was present, and it was good. I did tell her we've had, to me, more, I guess, like eventful sex. But I understood it just needed to be done. It just
Right.
needed to be, the Band-Aid needed to be
I
ripped
think
off.
I was also trying to get emotionally into it, and I couldn't get emotionally into it, which was slightly frustrating for me.
Yeah, but then you're putting so much pressure
Both
on.
of you are putting so much pressure. I mean, slowly, small steps. Like,
Yeah.
But the emotional aspect of it, I'm disconnected. And it had nothing to do with her. It was all me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't have that emotional connection to it.
have you ever?
I don't think I have. I think it's just always, and I think it's always just been an activity.
Yeah.
It's like
Meaning
there's a
something
goal.
that's outside of you in a way.
Yeah. Like, even though I have all these desires, there's no emotional connection to these desires. My emotional connection is with her. And I just need to find a way to mesh the emotion and the activity and just all be her.
That makes a lot of sense. But there's a lot more that you could be doing with each other that will help you to reconnect.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like just exploring each other, how it feels. I mean, I don't know, focus on a particular sensation and just stay there and connect there.
We could try.
Just be present.
Yeah.
Can I send you some literature?
Absolutely, because
I'll
my
send
wheels
you-
are turning right now.
I will send you a book, maybe even two.
Okay. Are you blushing?
I'm not. I'm not, but I just like the energy we have right now. So I'm enjoying it. I'm staying present. So
I've been thinking about it, and in our work, a lot of our conflict, it's complicated by my own anger issues, right? It's by my own reactions. So I've been dialing that back as best I can. I'm not 100% yet, but what I'm noticing is that as I'm keeping myself in check, I'm kind of observing us and him from afar,
Great.
and I don't feel like in the heat of the moment as much. And I'm also coming to, I don't know if a conclusion is the right word, but I'm beginning to realize that he's just closed off. So what is there to work with? What is there to work with?
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And where are you, Will?
I'm wondering if, we launch into conflict and have all our defenses up and use our full arsenal just because maybe deep down inside we know it is over. Because I think we both really, 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 really fucking wanted this to work.
I'm sure that's hard to say. But that makes sense to me that maybe your fighting is kind of last gasps of trying to hold on to the marriage. And maybe the two of you could get to some other place. I feel bad that I wasn't able to kind of shepherd you there. But I think there's something else that's going on that I've been trying to talk to you about, which is that there's some way that you are not fully present. Because it could be that it's not couples work anymore. Maybe it's individual work. And maybe if this is where you meet your history. Because we've talked about how you've come with this pattern already that was established very early on. But that you're kind of hopeless about connection. Whatever happens between the two of you, that's something really important for you to understand about yourself and try to get in touch with. What do you think, Pink?
I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, okay, well, you keep saying you're done. Are you done? Are you absolutely done? And I mean it. I am, because I don't want this, and I don't see a way out of it without his participation. I don't want to have this fight anymore. Like, seriously, I would rather be alone.
Well, I just want to say a word about this being done.
Yeah.
Which is there are all sorts of being done. You can decide, you know what, this is really not what I want. There's no way to make it different or better, and we should let go.
Yeah.
And then there's being done, which is just the same as starting a fight or attacking. It's sort of an attempt to influence by being done. And that I want to dissuade you from, because that's just,
Right.
it just messes up the whole system. I mean,
No, I
you're
see
not-
that. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But I mean it. I'm done. I think I'm not the partner that he expected me to be or that he wanted me to be. That how I was back then in the early years is no longer the case now. I don't know. I if I'm honest, I don't know that I can be that person for him anymore. I don't know that I can be in that lifestyle. And if I was at one point, it was because I wanted to make it work, right? I really wanted the impossible, right? And I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong about him. I was wrong about us. And that sucks. I think at the end of the day, I want a partner that sees me too. And I don't think it's him.
I'm sorry.
The before these sessions, I never realized how much I poured out onto Dale. I always thought I had it under control or it was just internal and, you know, he didn't recognize it. But I am projecting a lot. I have a lot of
both are.
stuff. Yeah.
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 That is what couples do.
Yeah, I'm realizing more and more. It's like I play a part in it as well. There's something I got to take responsibility for here, you know, do a little bit more work.
Did you just say responsibility?
Oh,
Taking
gosh.
responsibility? Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, the work is so good, you know. It's, you know, you want the progress, you want the positive outcome, but it starts emotionally draining you, where you don't want to, I don't know, push anymore.
I think I want to take a break from rehashing old things.
Yep. I think we're good on rehashing the old stuff.
There's been a lot of that over the last couple of weeks.
Does it feel relentless? Like there's just like one session after the next after the next?
No, I don't think it's the sessions, not necessarily sessions, just what
It's
kind of comes up.
It's the digging
after
into
the
our
session,
past.
yeah.
It's the, you know, addressing our traumas and our problems. But, you know, it's worth it because just seeing our parents' situation and grandparents and uncles, like, I don't want to be a part of the cycle where you have other outlets to soothe something that you can just look at head on and work on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a lot of escaping from our lineage of family members. I don't want to escape. I don't want to run.
Yeah.
Dale, do you have a sense of what's been particularly meaningful, just in terms of what we talked about?
Well, at least for me, it was opportunity for India to at least hear me out. And in terms of like the conversations that we were having last session, there's definitely going to have to be some kind of emotional rewiring now that I'm with someone that I can trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very moving to hear.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And yeah.
I have to also be honest and say I was adamant almost in the beginning when we were looking for a therapist to have a therapist of color.
It's always a debate in my mind about whether it's better for people to see people of their same race.
Yeah,
I don't
because it can work against you as well, I think, too.
I don't want
yeah.
so
Against
much.
you.
Yeah, if you're too familiar with the culture and what's, you know, kind of almost what is expected, it's almost like just kind of slept over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Or you assume a certain kind of sameness that might not be true.
Yeah.
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 But I really appreciate you because you make and you made me feel very safe. I appreciate that. So I'm glad I did not stick to my guns with that one. You know, that was.
I'm glad too.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can have you on speed dial.
I know.
Right.